Meet the doyen of grains, distinguished Oyeyemi Ifeoluwa Christy is a farmer, agro-dealer, as well as an animal scientist. She obtained her first degree from the prestigious Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, where she bagged Bachelor of Technology in Animal Nutrition and Biotechnology with second-class honors. Her quest for more insight about modern agricultural practice led her to pursue master's degree at the same institution, which is still ongoing. Ifeoluwa is a different breed, which has made her to impact younger generations by organizing trainings, seminars for youth and all levels, starting from her immediate community, secondary school students, undergraduates and colleagues, which has been drawing to her international awards and recognitions from different levels. She is highly passionate in fruit farming and other areas of agriculture, which has been her to forge ahead in digitalizing agribusiness through usage of media outlets for sensitization and bringing of agriculture to everyone's doorstep and enable younger ones to develop passion and enhance their enthusiasm in farming. Ifeoluwa is the founder and CEO of Farm Help Agro Stores located at Moniya Garage, Ibadan. She is a bona fide member of Nigerian Institute of Animal Science and an alumni member of the Academy of Women Entrepreneurs. Join me in welcoming Oyeyemi Ifeoluwa Christy.
Already have that contact, have that marketing level, you will know the level at which people want them. Oh, you want to buy Noelas, and you have gone to the market and you discover that they are buying Broilers. Then it would strike your brain that you should go to your table and go back to Broilers. And with that, in your market survey, you'll be able to know how much will it cost you. That is your business plan too. So all these things are together. You already know, okay, I am buying 20 bags to fill this bed. Within 5 weeks, I will sell them out. And the person already spoke with anything in the next 5 weeks, I will supply the person. Starting small. Then the idea of you thinking big as a person, because you know you are going to be big, you must learn to use relevant business development for everything you do on your farm. The recent technology.
We can't hear you, Jim. I can't hear you.
It's very low. We can barely hear you. We can barely hear you.
Oh. What about now?
It's better now. Okay now.
Oh, so sorry. That's Nigeria network for you. All right. Can I continue?
Yes, please.
All right. For the success of your business, now, I will give you these 3 things. It depends on your ability, your experience, and your personality. What are you able to produce? What is your capacity? Know that the fund you have 50K. Don't go and start thinking of what's more than 50. Go to the market. Do your survey. Let's take me to plant 1 sachet of tomatoes. And in 1 sachet of tomato, or is it 5 grams I'm buying or 10 grams? 5 grams is like 1,250. Can I make the heaps of that 1,250 all alone? Do I need to pay the person? These are the business ideas. These are the business orientation you have to check. What are the things that my mentor told me I'm getting and buying? Can I afford them with that 50K target that I have? How will I thrive in this economy so that I will get profit at the end of the 3 months of my waiting and my effort? These are the the small things you need to put in place. You must be able to calculate what you need. You must not go and just be pricing cement when you have not even known the land you are building. So my sisters and my brother, for that thing that we call market survey is important. You cannot get it wrong if you do any market survey with your internet and everything. Check, go through this thing together. Not the type of fertilizers you need for tomatoes. Oh, okay. This 50K will not be enough for me. We are still planning. You understand? Okay, let me do something. The 50K, can I be using it to buy tomatoes from people that are ready and selling it per kg? Value addition as an angry. So, okay, I'm starting like this. I don't have that funding yet. It's something you could do too. I don't have that funding, but I have a friend that is a farmer. I have data, and I can advertise. Okay? Get pictures of tomatoes, post it. I will be selling tomatoes in the next 3 days. You don't have the money, pay. Then with that, you gather your own money with the profit you have made. You can even tell your friend, okay, give me, after you have gathered all your orders, you know that you are taking a crate of tomato for my payments. People will give it to you. That is the value addition. That is part of things you should consider. Now, you scaling up. Scaling up. What are those things you need when you are scaling up? After you have gotten what you've done, please more. You've been able to turn your 10 naira to 15 naira. What are those things that you should do? Yes, you will seek for funding. Because you have expanded, you have a thought, you have a vision of having 250 million turnover but in the next two years. After you have gotten 250,000 in the first year. Good. What do I need to do? Can this 250,000 that I've made in the first year of being small, can it take me all through the next year? It is so important. Then you will now do what? You seek for funding with your business idea. It's your dream. The dream you refuse to sell will die. And whatsoever you don't tell people about, they will not know. So it is important for you now to scale up. Think of your definite objectives. How can you achieve them? Without 250 million, I need to have a turnover. What do I need to do? Okay, now I'm thinking of agro-logistics. I've been doing it with bike. Now I have more customers. Can I scale it up to a tricycle? Can I build it up? You know, you already know your weaknesses. You have gathered experience. You know the risk on the road. You know who to pick your products from. You know who not to take their products to market because you have started with them in a little way with your bike. That is agro-logistics that I'm just giving an example of. How do you now do it? Oh, I really do not have that money to get a tricycle. How can I go about it? Those are the questions that I know that you will ask. You have a business idea. You've written it down. You can sell it to people. Investors will pick it up. Oh, okay. Can you guarantee yourself that I can take this within a year? I know that I will turn it over and get this money paid back to you. And people will do that. So now, as you have started like that, you begin to dream wider. I have planted one plot. I can cite you an example. I have somebody that planted 1 acre of tomato for a very first time. He got the money because he was able to pull through with knowledge he has gathered. And he does not leave the mentorship. He still gathered from everybody. I cannot do this alone. What should I do? Somebody else told me this. And after his own harvest, he could buy drip tape of 3 more acres because he had listened to experience, and he did not even go at once after that 1 acre. He still did small and did 2 acres again just to gather more experience. But most of us will just say, oh, I've gotten it right in the first year. Can I just do like 10 acres again? And they will now fail, they will come back because they did not give themselves time to grow. So please, in agriculture, you need to understand that culture must turn to business. You must be scaling it up little by little. And your capacity and your capability matters most. You must ask yourself, does my business really have that time grow? Is it the time and season for my business, my agri-business to grow? Oh, you wanted to plant 12 acres in the dry season. Is that the right time? Is that the season? These are the things we need to ask. Hope everybody can hear me. Am I not breaking out? Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Hello, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Thank you. Yes. Now, you should be able to know. With that, you'll be able to scale up your ideas. When you now turn it around, that business you think you cannot do within 1.5 years, you will do it. Because you have put your mind and your passion is being driven with it. So for an example, cutting you back to how you can have the scale up. Is your business ready at that time to do it? Because you have done 1 acre of maize in the rainy season. And you think that when it's September, you already leased a land, 10 acres or 12 acres of land, you want to plant maize without considering the time. That one is a wrong scaling up. So you must always mind the time and season of anything you want to do. You want to raise 20 belts. You already know that you want to use a carton or you want to use a small bathroom. After you have done that, you now said, I'm an expert now. Without having a pen, without having a capacity pen that can take 5,000, you went to take bed of 5,000, you will come back crying because you are not prepared for the journey. So for anything you will do in agriculture, you have laid down rules of what you want to do per time. Oh, I am feeding 50 birds, help them with 20 bags of livestock feed. Then you must multiply. If I'm taking 500 birds, that means I need like how many bags to feed this 100, because you have used 20 to feed 50. These are the things you need to do so that you will be able to know that your capacity can take the growth that you want to go about. Then you check yourself. I used one laborer to do this thing, to deliver to all these people that need dried ewedu. We only could cover that 1 estate. Now you want to cover 20 estates. Will one staff do that job? No. They won't. So you need to check your time. Check what you can afford. That's still under time and season. Scaling your capacity and your capability for scaling up. can I afford for 3 staffs to do all these errands so that I will be able to satisfy my customer? Now, if you cannot satisfy your customers, inconsistency will set in and people will go for another competitor. They will go for somebody else that can deliver to them at the right time because you did not consider your time and season. So, as a business person, you must be able to know that I'm adding like 2 persons. Will I be able to pay them? Will they cover the area I'm to cover? It's part of scaling up. So you put it in the writing. Oh, I need 3 more people in my company to deliver this thing to them in a good quality with the right method I've been doing it when I was small. Because people will stick to you if you maintain your quality. When you were small, you were delivering big fresh tomato to the estate. Not because you are now a big person, because you have scaled up. Now start delivering small one. They will go for other people. So you should check your time. Know that consistency matter in scaling up. When they tell you are planting, then if you want to be consistent, you know that you are planting in gaps with space. You have to deliver sweet corn every week. That means you'll be planting every week. You should think about that you need gaps, you need land to do these things. You have to supply, you've been supplying just one company when you were small. You should know that, you are supplying 10. Then you need more ants, you need more space. These are the things you will check and put down. Can your infrastructure and thing be able to accommodate your growth? These are the questions you will ask yourself. And when you don't carry your team along, you will fail. When they are not carried along with your vision of what you needed to do, they will not understand the system. And they will get it wrong. So, my dear brothers and sisters, scaling up matter most. And you must understand that you cannot do it alone. Collaboration needs to set in. You must be able to collaborate with people. Now, you cannot supply the 10 companies. At that moment, they will look for somebody else. You must know that you have like 10 people that are planting sweet corn in your environment, that are planting the same quality, the same specifications they've given you. And you are able to supply them. You are able to pick up from them. Oh, please, I am working in cluster. I need this so kg for me for this week. And if the person can give to you, you write them down. They are still part of your team because you can fall back to them when you need it. Consistency is one of the things that matter most in scaling up. Please don't forget those things, because when growth can cause a lot of things in companies, because you might stumble on what you don't expect because of confusion, because of little miscommunication with your staffs. So you must be able to carry them all along. Then don't forget what I told you when starting up with the use of technology. Advertise and market when it is necessary. Not because people know you, you stop marketing. They know me when I was this small, and you left your work. You did not market. You don't want other people to know you. You're on your own. No. Agriculture needs you to always be online. It's a digital world, so that you know what is going on. Don't just make it a culture of our old father way. Don't make it that same culture. It is a business now. So that you'll be able to go wild in the world. When other people that are new beginners, that are full of great innovations and technology are talking, you'll be able to talk too. So it is important for us at this generation to know that technology matters evaluate and plan if you are ready for the growth you want to go about. You must evaluate and plan. When I did, you ask yourself, when I did 10 acres last year, compared to when I did 2 acres, did I gain more doing 10 acres? What are my cost of production like? And inflation and the economy, inflation in the economy, can I still go ahead to do 20 or still maintain my stuff? Because you are going, as you scale up, you're going to get more infrastructure, more thing into the system. So these are the things you should consider. Invest in technology. You that you know you have like 50,000 beds that you are thinking of, and you still think that you have like 10 staff that will be feeding them. Some will have malnutrition because they will not be well fed. I can do this. You will have more ease. You will be rest assured that you are getting things out at that appropriate time. That you need to get them, especially if it is investors' money, because they will be on your neck. So, my dear sisters, for you to get it right in agriculture, you must start small. Then think big. Multiply your visions. Times it by 2. Times it by 3. Then know that, is my market going to take my visions being multiplied? Or I'm sourcing for an outside market to pick my produce? And if the market cannot take it, can I turn it to another thing, which is value addition? Can I repackage it? Or can I give it to people that can process it? Or do I want to just do it all alone? No. You need to get it right so that you will scale up big time and get big money. So I'll just put a stop here. I'd like you to just ask me questions pertaining to anything that is worrying you in agric world. Thank you for your time. Good evening once again. My name is Ifeoluwa Oyeyemi.
For that wonderful question. Please, if we have questions that we like to ask our participants in the tonight, please let's start asking our questions.
Good evening, Sister Ifeoluwa. Thank you for your beautiful lecture, and I really appreciate your time. And keep the good work going. Okay. Starting small in agriculture, you understand? So, at what niche can we start small? And what is the minimum capital we can start with as a young entrepreneur?
Thank you, Stan Afisat, for this question. Now, at this age, there are a lot of things that you can think of with a little money that we can help you. With 50,000 naira, you can play along in every and didn't even have up to that. Comes to the farm, ask Ask us whatsoever we've been planting. Ask us for the time. Ask us for when we planted and the variety. And tell us that she will link us to markets. She understand. She did that, got a percentage without even having any money. All she did was she had a veta and a phone, and she could run around. Our students in during this ASU strike that have made it, even without having, they drop ship from me as an agro dealer. They tell people, okay, I sell seeds, I sell this, I sell that. All the person needs to do is just make payment to their accounts. Then tell me, oh, madam, please, I got a customer for you, and I sold this, I sold that. They make payment to me, and I deliver for them. They don't have money, but they are building up to start their own. So at the end of like 4 or 5 sales, they already had like 50,000, making more profit than I have. And with that, a lot of them have started their businesses in agric business, starting like that. I have a lot of people that, their mindset is just to have a bigger space to do what? To have seedlings, to grow seedlings for people to raise. And why now they don't have the money? They come to us, ask for seeds, and they plant, after which they have sold their seedlings. They come back to give back the money of the seeds. So you don't really need more, but you should know where you belong in the value chain. So if you are thinking, okay, you want to plant tomatoes, what will it take you to plant a 5-gram sachet? If it is soilless, if it is with soil, what are those things you need? Think of an 100K, even if you want to do it. You will get your results. And with that, you'll be able to scale up. Thank you. Hope I've answered your questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. You really shed more light to my question, and I will encourage others to ask questions too. That's why we are on this kind of platform. Even if it's a question you have an answer, you cannot know it all. You should always ask, and there's always ideas. We can do everything. Like we can achieve everything together. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks for Samuel for giving me the avenue to be here.
I wait a lot of questions. Let's share experience. As a farmer, you must be inquisitive. Ask questions. Ask questions that does not really matter, so that it will matter to you when you are breaking it down to other people. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. When you're able to break down whatever people have taught you to other people, then it will stick to you. Please, let's ask questions. Even if you are a practicing farmer, if you have anything to share, it's just an open line for every one of us to learn. I'm also learning. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Ma, for that amazing session. Actually, I've gained a lot from your session, and majorly what I just want to pick out of it is the time when you said agriculture is not where the money is, that marketing is where the money is. So I just want to let our people understand that we get to agriculture, we should understand that it's not about the money at first, but we should know that it is when we can market our product and service very well, that's when we can get the money from. So thank you so much for this amazing session. I think if we don't have any question, you're doing somewhere we give is we be on ground, so just to buttress the point.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, we can. Please go on.
All right. Good evening, and this is an amazing session that you just delivered. well done to everyone that are available. And I just one notion I just want every one of us to have a consent in. And that's the fact that agriculture coined to agribusiness as a substitute for just find it out that when there is no industry they can set in to work things out, they just rush to agriculture for survival. So I want to hear your own notion about that, because if you are done with school, there is nothing you want to do. You're like, the sector can accommodate everybody. So what would be your own take about that mindset? Because it takes some people, many of us, years to study that course, to grow knowledge, and someone just come in one day and just, just try it once and think that's all and just really cool everything as if they don't know how to do it. So what is your take about that notion?
Rush, the agriculture is for everyone and you can have a space there. Yes, you can. But there are a lot of things that is entailed. You've been into school studying agriculture, you're seeking knowledge. Then you coming in without even a knowledge, because there's no employment, the next thing you can do is just to run into agriculture. The moment they run in, the moment they run out. I have a lot of friends that are not into agriculture, but because they saw that people are getting money and they ran out. The same way, because they don't really know about the business aspect. They just want to do the culture, which is agriculture. So if you are trying to say that, it is a space for everybody, without getting the right connect, without knowing what to do part time, you will fail. Most of us are standing because we have a passion. We want to feed nations. It's not about the money. It's about us saying, we want a country that can feed itself, that is secured with food. They really need to feed themselves. But because some people will just rush in there, it's not somewhere I can go to, then at the long run, you see most of them backing out. So if there is no passion driving your vision, it will run dry. So most of them that you see, and a lot of people that are not even agriculture oriented in school are doing what? Are making it because they pick it as business. They saw it as business. They saw it as an opportunity for them to hear people and sustain them. Not that they saw it that, the olden ways at which they are doing it. Most of them are not into productions. Most of them are into just adding values to what we farmers are doing. And they are getting it big. So there are two ways to that, my brother. When you rush in, you will rush out. That's agriculture for you. If you don't get the proper orientations and things that the experience, it's a risk. And technology has made it to be lesser risk because you can calculate your expenses. You can see from house what your staff are doing on the farm. If you don't know that right step that you should take in agriculture or agribusiness, you will miss it. So if they are coming to rush into agriculture, they will run out because it's their culture. But if they are coming into agribusiness, they will get it. So we as agric students that are into it, but not seeing an opportunity in it is the wrong one. But we as agric students that we are seeing opportunities flying all around in agribusiness world, we should be able to rule the world than those people setting in. So that's my take on it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Permit me to ask, I have more questions because I like asking questions. Am I permitted? All right, thank you.
You are permitted.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. I think the platform is for young people, and most persons that are here are agricultural oriented, or people that want to dive into agricultural sector. Most of the time, when I ask students about what they are studying, or we ask students about their take about when they see themselves and what they are studying, so far so good. It has been very hard for them to even interpret their journey in the sector of agriculture, despite having so many leaders in the sector doing amazing things like this. So in what way can you just give advice to youngsters here? I took my time to study these guys, the giants in the industry. They are very accurate and they are very supportive, in which they're able to identify themselves and able to push themselves stronger in the sector. What would you advise people that just have that belief that maybe I like to be alone, I love to keep my things quiet, like Yoruba people will say, the power of networking for youngsters in the sector? What would be your concern or your comment as regards that? Then two, how can you advise people to start having a kind of optimistic lens into the future of the sector? I will give a reason for that. Someone reached out to me, one of the tech guys in Africa. He said he sees that there is going to be a booming finance system in the sector by the next election, and he quickly wants to dive into the sector because he's an investor and he wants to invest immediately. Now, people that are into this sector are not seeing what this guy is seeing yet. So in what way can you advise youngsters now so they can start looking into that future, because they might not know what they are having now, but I believe that is a lens that can capture the future from the present. I will stop that to question them.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, as I earlier said, when I was sharing something on starting up, I said collaboration is the key. Forming cluster. Now, if we don't get it quickly, that collaboration, we will miss it. I cannot do all things. That's why I said outsourcing when necessary. I cannot do all things all along you. I can't. I've seedlings, but I'm not giving it to somebody. Look for some people that can do it, that will share it amidst them. I started looking for people that can do it. In fact, if I'm the one to supply them, that at least they will still get from the money, if it is 50 naira. These are things that sense of doing. As young entrepreneurs, agripreneurs, we should be able to collaborate. Oh, you went for conferences and you did not come back with names, field, contacts that you will call them. Oh, what do you do? But so many of us, we don't know how to sell ourselves. And it's really affecting us. The big people in agric world, they know themselves. And that is why they will be able to now recommend somebody. I have a lot of people that recommended me for a program. And the person was like, 5 people recommended you at once. What have you been doing that we've not seen? So, and I noticed that I've not been selling myself the way I should. Then I said, oh, I need a marketing person for my firm. And I got that. Because I saw that I cannot even do it. I started that with people that have served with me. Oh, you could do this. I say that you post. Then turn into agric world. And people have been doing it. Oh, you're in social media for this firm. Oh, agric world. Do you need to get somebody that at least it will build up your salary? That is where we should get it right. We can form clusters. That is what they do in the north. They form clusters when they are sending tomatoes to Lagos. You will have different names on crates. To see that this person cannot pay alone. And when you ask them, having like 20 crates of tomato, they only pay like 1,000 naira to Lagos. But where we, that we are in Ibadan, because we don't want any other person to do issue, you'll be spending like 60,000 to my 12. Why those people coming from Kano are spending 1,000 naira to my 12? What is them? Always amazed me. It always amazed me when we're talking about tomatoes again and all, because their tomatoes are always packed in baskets. They ganged up. They brought in somebody to give them that crate. After they have made their money in tomatoes, they will pay for the crate. And a company did that for them. Gave the farmers 50 crates each. And after their harvest, they paid. This is what we should do. We have voices. We have people that can write. When somebody writes on LinkedIn, oh, somebody now will tag and reshared. We tag the right connect, we will get funding. And there are a lot of agric funding that we are not tapping in as young ones. Because we still have the orientation that they will collect collateral. We still have that orientation because they will not give it to me. Or there's nothing in agric that I can get. Most of us do not know that banks have agric departments. So it is when we come together and work amidst ourselves as young ones that we will get it right, my dear brothers and sisters. So please, it is important that we network amidst ourselves. If we are producing a wedu, there is somebody that will be packaging it that you should know. And there is somebody, you that you are packaging the wedu, there's somebody that can help you send it outside Nigeria that you should know amidst us. And there's somebody that will be telling you this is that thing that you should add up to it. So until we meet up with that linkage, we will not get it and will not get the right money. He has said the right thing. We should be able to collaborate amidst ourselves so that this starting small, we will go wild within a twinkle of an eye. So then the second one, Damnari, can you please come over for the second one? Because I really have forgotten that. Hello?
You have optimistic lens to view the future from the perspective of where we are right now.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. You should be having, like you said, that somebody was saying this. We should be able to think, okay, in the next 1 month, that is part of that scaling up that I said. I have seen a better future that every of my farm will be a greenhouse farm. It's something we can do. And so we should be able to advise everybody. Everybody, if you are still studying agric, if you are still into agric world or you are serving or something, you need each other so that we have a wider dream. So,
please, I still have more questions. Mr. Sam, am I permitted?
Yes, you are permitted. You are permitted.
Thank you very much. All right. Recently, I have done some interview with and some session with some youngsters across different age. To see students finish school and start selling perfume, selling sand. The concept of the journey that we started over a long years. I don't know about other persons. I'm talking from my own perspective here. Now, I believe that the sector alone does not even involve we know about the logistics, the other commodity market. But there's one aspect that brings everybody together. That is the food security. And the definition of food security is that all this food is available at every point in time, meeting individual dietary needs. And the three pillars of this food security, the availability, the accessibility, and the usage. I think if we young people will come together using our respective skills, communication skills, PR skills, writing skills, videography skills, presentation skill, we can make different contribution to ensuring food security in our nation. And as much as we young people could see right now that the agricultural sector in Nigeria, we are gradually losing the young people's interest. Nigeria is still far better than Netherlands, far better than US in active agriculture when it comes to youth participation. People that are doing it there, they are aided people. So I want to bring it down to one person, narrow it down. It's a discussion now. To we youngsters. Individual has a skill, writing skills. No matter the skills you have a place to play and you have a role to play in the sector. Now, how can we emerge innate talent, innate ability with productiveness in respective value chain we want to play along in? And that's my question. But I want to just give a quick scenario. I think one of the key things that is affecting we youth in Nigeria, basically, when it comes to agriculture, is the aspect of title. Maybe someone is producing, as it does more of poetry stuff, and I have that content of writing, I have the ability to write more things about poetry. Why don't I connect with someone, get more information, and rebrand what he's trying to do? But because we want to have a claim of our content, have a claim of that, what we are not the one doing it. That gives us issue about ownership. So, Mara, how can young people come together now? Or how can we connect the innate ability of we people, aside from going to farm or doing the kind of middleman effect or commodity exchange or going to the logistic planning or risk analysis? Using our own the naturality of our ability now, the communication ability, the thinking ability, the strategy ability, using it as individual to promote food security within our respective niche before coming to Nigeria or the world at large.
Thank you so much. Yes, everything that needs to change starts with you and I. So, if this kind of narrative, conferences, talk do not stop, we will get it. When we start having people that are telling us that this is the right time and this is the right thing to do it, then we will have a change. So we need youths to know that they need themselves. So, and it starts with you and I. So conferences like this should not stop. When you see somebody, I think I can work with you. You can push my work. You can do this. Then we find a way around it. If you think, okay, with that, I need to be paying you like 5% every time you do that. Pay money to get money if the person is not willing. So it starts with you and I. When you do it, other people will copy that. So that is my take. I don't know if any other person have something to say about it. So.
Good evening, everyone. What I will try to add more is that I want we youths to understand that the best way for us to have sustainability is when you can do things within yourself. When you can think, like, let me use myself for a scenario now. I have my degree in agriculture, and when I finished, I started applying, but I have a lot of other skills that I learned, but I just learned those skills just for plan B. But I know that this, you understand. So I have a project I'm working on in which I know that I can't get that project right now. So I have to talk to myself, what can I do with the minimum of capital? Like I want to think as if I don't even have any money. but what can I do with my own ability? You understand? So we have to look into that. If we can be patient with ourselves, we have that natural talent. That natural talent that we can bring into our profession. You understand? So when you can of where you want to start to show your work, irrespective of the platform you want to use, you should always have the best ingredient. The best ingredient I'm talking about is that your audience. You understand? By the time you are sending your friend requests or you are connecting with people, you should connect with people that really matters to what you want to start bringing out. You understand? By the time you have a lot of friends or connections that they are not even related to what you are doing, or they are not into, you should just, like 70% of your connection should be people that will need what you want to do for them. Your content should be for either you want to help an audience to answer a question that they need to know, or you want to make a up content for them, or you want to make a content use. So there are a lot of things. You just have to understand it well, and you keep on learning. You keep on learning, and you.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, go on.
Okay, good evening. To actually be part of this conference, and I was speaking earlier, and I must commend the organizers, Samuel, Sammy, Farm Help. I mean, this is a wonderful one. I'm happy listening. I've been here for a couple of minutes and I've been listening. 10 years ago when I started in this industry, it was dry. When I say dry, it's dry of youth. Today I've seen that quite a number of youths have picked interest in the industry, and youths are now thinking agriculture as a medium for wealth creation. Everything you said earlier, Ifeoluwa, it's practicable. I commend you on everything you said earlier, because someone like myself that you taught earlier, and it worked. And it's really worked. And now, just in addition to what we were saying earlier, she talked about networking with people that really matter. And I think that is one thing that, in as much as networking is important, we need to actually network with people that matters, and not people who will constitute nuisance, and not people who just want to be beside us just to steal our ideas. Because in the course of trying to work with people, you have to also be careful of people who can steal your ideas. They have the resources some of us don't have. They have people in Ministry of Agric. They know someone in this bank. They know someone in that bank. All they just need is an idea that they will take to those people, and those people will fund it, and at the end of the day, they will be the one reaping those the benefits of those ideas that you have. Do you understand? So in the course of networking with people, let's try as much as possible. Please network with people of like minds, and people who prove to have good integrity, and people who are willing to share. I used to say something jokingly that you can't chase the bag with greedy people. It's not possible. You can't chase the bag with greedy people. People that just want to have everything to themselves. Now, if you made an example earlier about some young people that market your products and you deliver to their customers. Do you know some young people have done the same thing, but the experience they have with whoever they partner with, who happens to be the vendor, was terrible. The vendor did not acknowledge the works that these people have put into building a relationship with the so-called customer. The vendor just feels like, now that I have access to this customer, the next thing I can do, I grab this customer. Do you understand? And, people like that are greedy people. They feels like these people bringing the customer happy. They can just taking the customer to them, feels like, okay, I can grow from this place. Do you understand? So I'm just trying to buttress, just to shed more light on the aspect of networking. There's not much time. I'm sorry, I'm not a speaker here, so I wouldn't have shared personal experience. But I've had personal experiences about some of these things, and that's why I can tell you this. Now, I asked the question, saying, okay, I think it was Samuel that talked about it, that people who study agriculture are not practicing agriculture. And the reason is that, what I sensed is that the few young people who are actually doing well in agriculture, who has done something great for himself in agriculture, are not coming out to tell the story. They are not coming out to share their success. So what young people see almost all the time are just people who are not making a life out of agriculture. So they feel and ask themselves that, why do I have to go into this thing? I have to go and do agriculture. I know that I was doing agriculture in our area like 20 years. That jalopika that is still driving. And they did not know that why is because Mr. Femi doesn't know what they have the opportunity of doing now. Mr. Femi does not know networking, does not know marketing. He doesn't even know marketing, not to talk of digital marketing. It looks as if it's been practicing this thing for a long time and nothing is happening. So those are the examples young people who study agriculture are seeing. And sadly, they also see that, they see lecturer and they see that our lecturer is just there. It was a farm where he's planting a wedu and a four. What has he gotten out of it? Now, not knowing that the lecturer is just planting, but not taking it serious. So I think when more people who are, successful in this agri-industry start coming out, it's not going to be easy for them to start coming out. But I think you and I, we can bring them out, we can drag them out to come and talk, because I think we have a psychological problem of Amadowo Buje. It's scaring young people away. Now, there was a day I was watching a video, I don't know, maybe some of us have seen the video, about a lady, I think is in Zimbabwe or in Malawi, that the lady was talking about agricultural magazines having pictures of old people. That when you pick agricultural magazine, what you are saying is a man with a hoe and a cutlass in his hand. It's not looking nice for young people to want to get attracted, to want to practice. 2000 and sorry, I don't know if I'm not taking much of a time. Can I keep talking, Samuel?
No, sir. I'm starting to bring you on board.
I brought myself on board with autopilot. Okay, thank you very much. It's an honor. Okay, as I was saying, so when I went to do the work, and there was actually a young guy that came to where I was, said, I have interest in this thing you are doing. It's like, this is the first time I'm seeing this kind of thing. And I told him, I said, this is not a pen and biro thing, no. That your hand is going to get dirty, you're going to have scars in your hand, your clothes is going to get dirty and all that. Now, the guy made a statement. He said, I can do this thing without getting my clothes dirty. He said,